Hey guys, when maybe like 3 years ago, I heard a sermon by a guy named Tullian Tchividjian, who was Billy Graham's grandson, and the sermon was called "Jesus plus nothing equals everything," and it's incredible, and it was about grace, and so out of that came this called "Response to Grace." I've got a fresh dose of grace coursing through my veins. I've got a new source of mercy loosening my chains. Christ didn't die so I could focus on myself or crumple under laws that break my back and bull my bookshelf. He says, "It is for freedom I have set you free. And if I don't get any better, he will still love me." So, what is this gospel that changes the world? What is this banner flying high, unfurled? It waves in the wind, and I can see the statement, "It is finished." It absolves a fee brought about by a life of sin and disgrace that didn't know his name and couldn't see his face. Run. Race to the place where the banner waves proud, the assembly is great, and the praises are loud. And you don't have to hide or be ashamed anymore because the riches of heaven paid the debt of before. Grace, it seems, has a dwelling place here, and all who gather nevermore will fear the weight that the law used to lay on their backs, because mercy held strong and withstood the attack. Garments of white clothe the saints all their lives. It is to his honor a man no longer strives to be perfect, but looks in identity's mirror and finds that the love of Christ reflects him back clearer. The truth of the matter, if you wanted to know, is that grace is eternal. It does not let go if you aren't good enough or never improve. It does not deny the feet that cannot move, because sometimes knees are weak and legs are tired and overawed hearts are just too inspired to go forward and break the stillness of perfect joy. So, instead of immobile silence, freed tongues employ the praises due a life-changing Savior, too gracious to let us fall out of his favor, regardless of our stupid choices and messed up hearts that beat in arrhythmia from the very start, the very introduction of sin, the first time we let our wrong motives creep in. He is good. The scars that my broken spirit used to bear have been washed by the blood. They're no longer there. No, it isn't fair. But if he had dealt in fairness, his justice would have left me eternally lifeless. Death. That's what Romans says I deserve. But Almighty Judge came here to humbly serve, not to condemn, but to redeem. It sounds too good to be true, but it's not a dream. Christ didn't sleep to accomplish this feat. He died, crucified, nails through his wrists and his feet. And the world lay fractured, feeling abandoned and stunned as the hope of the nations reimbursed a ransom fund from the beginning of humanity's tumultuous history. He paid it with his life. Not exactly a kid-friendly bedtime story. Still, hopelessness can never last long. The sacrifice offered, death couldn't hold on. Wresting his way from the clammy grave's fist, Christ gave the old story an exciting new twist. He rose from the grave. By living again, he offered existence to a people who just couldn't win. I never could have done anything like that. I can't say, "Sinner, pick up your mat." I could not look death in the face, only to overcome and offer grace to billions. A fresh start, a new life, happily ever after, with no villains or strife. It's just not my style. I can't even go a whole day with a smile. I can't address loved ones with all words that are kind. That's why undeserved favor keeps blowing my mind. So, when I say I've got grace running through my veins, when I say I've got mercy loosening my chains, I'm saying that freedom is exhilarating life at its best. I'm saying that beauty finds a heart that has confessed its inability to live in any other way. There is no other way. Well, what am I saying? This poem is for you. Don't ever forget the things that are true. If ever you feel you have strayed off too far, if ever you're nursing an old battle scar, and feel jaded, crazy, unlovable, ugly, or scared. Don't forget the one with whom all burdens are shared, because the gracious King who fought for your redemption lives again for your undeserved mediation. So be freed by the grace of your advocate, friend. He doesn't bear grudges for times you've sinned. What must you do all this favor to receive, but acknowledge your sin and simply believe? You will find that a fresh dose of grace courses through your veins, and a new source of mercy loosens your chains. Good job, Annette.